All right, cutting out of that because we've got live visuals now of the National Taxi Alliance handing over their list of demands to the presidency at the union buildings.
We will allow the presidency to formally accept our memorandum, and after him, our national spokesperson would like to pass a short message to the members of the media.
We hereby formally accept this memorandum, and it will be given to the office of the president today. Thank you very much.
Explain them. Sizwile. Uthi umnumzana ke office likaMengameli. Uyamkela uqebhu lwezikhalo zenu uzolunikeza ioffice likaMongameli namhlanje ebusuku. So ke uthi uyabonga. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, members of the media, for gracing this occasion this afternoon. We know that copies of statements or these memorandums of grievances has been delivered today. So we can only do that at our assembly point. Unfortunately, we left all copies behind. So with gratefully request you to drive back to our assembly point, and then we'll favor you with copies. Thank you very much for giving us such coverage. Thanks.
All right, there you have it, the memorandum of demands being formally accepted, and it will be handed over to the office of the presidency today. Marchers will now make their way back to the assembly point. We know that taxi operators gathered in their thousands today in the capital amidst very heavy security, and that taxi strike action did cause major traffic disruptions and delays in several parts of Gauteng. But their grievances there include the lack of a government subsidy for the taxi industry, unlike trains and bus transportation. Let's just get a sense now of what's happening there. Our Sipho Steerman is at the union buildings.
Just talk to us, the purpose of coming to the presidency, and what does your memorandum delivered here to the president's office entail?
Thank you very much. The purpose of our march here to the President and present the memorandum of grievances is as a result of the previous meetings we have had with the Minister of Public Transport, and the Minister had failed us. In fact, the Minister treats the taxi industry with disdain. Hence, our coming here to the Presidency to present this Minister. One, we are concerned that the Minister of Transport, amongst others, treats and executes his mandate precisely for friends and acquaintances, and that is contrary to the constitution of this country. Secondly, we are concerned that the Minister of Transport misrepresents the taxi industry in Parliament, in that there is this act that is an ARTO Act to which we have made presentations before the Portfolio Committee. That is one of the most draconian pieces of legislation ever imported into South Africa in the new dispensation. That act in itself is designed to destroy the taxi industry. That is why we are here. Secondly, we are concerned that there are contracted killings within the taxi industry. Taxi operators are being killed willy-nilly, and nothing is being done against that. We have submitted in the past memorandums, and we also have indicated that we wish to have the President appointing a judicial commission of inquiry into looking at the taxi killings. However, we appreciate that recently there is violence within the politics of South Africa. And because politicians are dying, there is the Mwerani Commission appointed in order to look into that so that the scourge is being arrested. So the question that brings us here is, what is the difference, therefore, between the life of a politician and the life of an operator? Because by law, everybody, all men and women are equal before the law. So why the different systems of justice? We are concerned about that.
All right. And then also, when we were outside the Transport Department, there were calls for the minister to step down. Is that your call as the National Taxi Alliance?
Absolutely, without doubt, we are calling the president to fire this minister, because not only is the minister useless, he is hopeless and smokeless, and therefore we are not deserving of such a minister.
All right, and of course, earlier your protest affected some schools. I mean, what do you have to say about that? Students had troubles getting into classes to write their matric exams.
Let me be very clear. We wanted to march on the 16th. The ministry and the minister intervened. Then we decided that we are going to suspend the protest march pending interaction between us and the minister. And to demonstrate how arrogant the minister is, he said explicitly that he is not concerned about the protest march, in that he lives at, what's this place again? Here in Pretoria. He named the place, and he also indicated to us that he enjoys the protection, the best protection there is available in South Africa by the police. Therefore, the minister and his children will be protected at all costs.
All right, so where to from now? It seems you're coming from very different directions right now. So where to from now? Are we going to see another strike action? What's happening? How many days have you given them?
We have granted the minister and 21 days within which to respond to the grievances and to engage us, failing which we are going to go into the second phase. This was the introduction, the first phase. The second and subsequent phases will be following. And finally, if all else fails, we're going to end up in the highest court in this land, the Constitutional Court.
All right, so thank you. And that was the president of the National Taxi Alliance speaking to us after handing the memorandum to the presidency. It's now back to you in studio.
Well, thanks so much for that, our Sipho Steerman, live from that handing over of the memorandum of demands, which the National Taxi Alliance has now given to the presidency. So strong words there from the National Taxi Alliance, saying that the minister is arrogant, that the minister hasn't engaged with them on this strike, that it wasn't their intention to march today, but they didn't get the go-ahead or any engagement with the minister, who then said to them that he and his family enjoy the protection of the police. So yeah, strong words from the members of the National Taxi Alliance as they have concluded their march through Pretoria, arriving at the union buildings to hand over their second list of grievances.